You've been told olive oil is an ancient superfood. But what if I told you humans didn't actually start eating it until the last few minutes of our evolutionary timeline? Well, my name's Marc Bates. I'm a metabolic health coach, and this is part of my question and answer series, The Olive Oil Myth, What Your Ancestors Really Ate. All right, let's get to the question. Most nutrition experts position olive oil as an ancient, foundational human food. But when you examine our evolutionary timeline, when did olive oil actually enter human diets compared to the foods we consumed for millions of years? Well, that's a great question. Although olive oil is widely marketed as an ancient and foundational human food, its role in the human diet is far more recent than often assumed, especially when viewed through the lens of our evolutionary time frame. Okay, so let's talk about the evolutionary context versus the olive oil versus when olive oil was actually introduced. So humans evolved over millions of years as hunter-gatherers, primarily consuming animal fats from wild game, marrow, and organ meats, seasonal fruits and tubers, shellfish and other coastal resources, nuts, seeds in small quantities. During this time, fats came from naturally available animal sources, lard, tallow, and suet, or rendered fats from game, not from refined oils. Olive oil use in antiquity. While olive trees are native to the Mediterranean and were known in ancient times, their use was not primarily dietary. In Homeric texts, like the Odyssey, olive oil is referenced only for ritual anointing and cosmetic use, not consumption. Ancient Greeks and Romans used olive oil for lighting in lamps, religious rituals, and skincare, not cooking. In medieval Crete, the amount of olive oil available for consumption was minimal. It wasn't until Venetian rulers in the 17th century incentivized its cultivation for industrial soap making that olive oil production expanded. Right? So, across the Mediterranean, the more commonly used cooking fats were animal fats, especially lard, not olive oil. So, and the source for that is the big fat surprise: why butter, meat, and cheese belong in a healthy diet. That's a great book. If you don't have it, get that one. So, once again, the culinary use of olive oil in Greece and Italy did not become widespread until the 19th century. In Spain, not until the 1880s, which is deep into the 19th century. Even by the early 20th century, ordinary people in Mediterranean regions consumed relatively little olive oil. Well, so much for the Mediterranean diet, huh? Historically, the most commonly used cooking fats across the Mediterranean were animal fats, especially lard. If we look at it on a 24-hour clock, right? Humans started consuming animal fats millions of years ago, well before agriculture, which is approximately 10,000 years. Olive oil's regular culinary use began in the last few minutes, roughly the last 200 years, and even then, only regionally, right? So, conclusion. Far from being a staple of ancestral diets, olive oil is a relatively modern introduction, used historically more for external purposes than for eating, and only entering significant dietary use well after the Industrial Revolution. Its veneration as an ancient food is largely a modern marketing myth. Follow the money, not a reflection of human evolutionary eating patterns. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the appropriate section. Once again, we are a community here, and I get a lot of my ideas on what you're looking for from you. Let me know. That whole idea of why olive oil and why not olive oil came from a listener of our channel. So please let me know. If you haven't done so, like, subscribe, share this with somebody who may think olive oil is something they should be eating, and let me know. Thank you very much.